We already have played tons of board games this year.
A total of 400 plays between us.
And that's how you know these board games
Are really good.
So we're not gonna only show you all of these board games that we have played the most, we're also gonna talk about how they play and what they are all about.
And we're gonna have a total of 8 different categories, so you're bound to find a game that you're gonna like.
So let's start out with Old King's Crown, which is a board game for 1 to 4 players. You can play up to 2 hours and it's medium weight.
And not only that, it was one of the hottest board games of last year.
Super hot! In Old King's Crown, you are dividing the kingdom by playing out some cards and then comparing them. Who has a bigger card?
By controlling territories, you will get special abilities, or even better, get those victory points. And at the end of the game, who has the most victory points puts on the Old King's Crown. I haven't won yet, so it's not really there, but you get the idea.
Send your pieces to these territories and then just play out cards in order to try to take control of these said territories. When everybody has done that, you just flip cards and then compare the numbers and the powers. Every player will have their own faction with unique powers, and they will have cards with unique twists and turns, and most importantly, there will be these superpowers that you outbid and steal from other players, so there's a lot of trickery going on here. Yet, the basic game is simple. Play out cards and try to outwin the other players. So this is my most played gamers game so far. Why it is so? Because it's unique. It's full of intrigue, it's super fun to flip these cards and then see, did you win? Well, fingers crossed. As well as these powers that just break the game rules feel unique and fun. We already did a review of this game, that's also one of the reasons why I played it so many times, but it's great and I will play it more so. That's why Old King's Crown, I'm gonna place right here, just as Mr. Yanis will place this game right here.
My most played gamers game is Pax Pamir. It's 1 to 5 players, medium weight, and takes 2 hours or less to play. From one political board game to another, but this time all of it happens in 19th century Afghanistan. You are an Afghan leader aligning yourself with one of the powers of the game. Through different actions you will score victory points, get enough and you win instantly, or try to get as much as you can until the end of the game. When you're aligned with the power, you're trying to help that power control Afghanistan. And when they do control it, you will score victory points. Because they're your friends, right? And friends share. This game is highly interactive. You can send your spies into other players' cards and then just outright kill those cards. Multiple players can be aligned to the same power and be friends, right?
Or change alliances and backstab each other.
But why? Gameplay-wise, it's very similar to Old King's Crown. A lot of table talk, a lot of backstabbing, but even more so here. That's why I love it. Everyone is involved in the game. You can't be just, oh, I'll just sit and do my thing. No, somebody's gonna screw you over. But where you're supposed to screw someone over are the 2-player games. Unless they're co-op.
Well, mine is a competitive one and it's gonna be Toy Battle.
Toy Battle is a 2-player game. It takes 15 minutes to play and is very light.
And that's because all you do is take a tile and place it. You either will be playing the blue side or the red one, and your task is to either destroy the opponent's fortress or collect stars.
Mine, oh mine. On your turn, you will either draw 2 new tiles or just play one of your tiles.
So yes, it's super simple, yet the intrigue of destroying another player's troops and closing in on their fortress is very thrilling. This is a fantastic 2-player game that I'm gonna play more and more, because you can play it with almost anybody, with kids, Mr. Sivis, it's almost the same category, but also grown-ups or just anyone. Does your game also can be played with anyone, Mr. Yanis?
Sure can. To continue the trend of historic games that I played this year, my 2-player game is gonna be Memoir 44.
You played the Star Wars version.
That's essentially the same game.
Okay.
I played a little bit of this, a little bit of that, which is essentially the same system, but I did play this more. Memoir, even you could say. It's a 2-player game that takes up to an hour to play and it is very light. This is a very quick 2-player game where you can learn something about World War II with just a few dice rolls. You will control either the Germans or the US forces and try to kill each other to score points. You can also control some territories, but where's the fun in that? This is a very simple game. All you do is just play a card, activate as many units in the right sector, and then attack with them. Pew, 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 pew. Oh no, why? Hilfe, bitte nein! The board also has the other side where you can pick a scenario where you land on a beach in Normandy. And also all of these scenarios are historically accurate, well, as can be with this system. So there's a lot of little battles to fight with your friends or kids, because I played this a lot with my son.
Or enemies.
Well, my son is my enemy when we play this. So the ease of play, simple rules makes this game easy to get to the table. So let's get on to the next category, which is not overall just yet, but is the family category.
Most played family game for me has been Boss Fighters QR, a freshie for sure. This is a light-ish board game for 45 minutes and from 2 to 4 players.
QR?
Yes.
QR.
Yes.
What?
You will have cards, you will have to defeat the big baddie, and to do that you will scan some card QRs. QR codes of some cards is what I said.
I got it.
Okay, moving on. First of all, you get your bad guy, and then you pick one of the characters you want to play with. Then you get their cards and start playing. In order to defeat the bad guy, you have to take away their life points, and to do that, you play out cards, or rather scan them. Boom. Here you go. And it takes 3 ranged damage. And the next guy goes. And you play like this until the bad guy dies or you run out of life points. In which case, well, you lose. And the app does all the calculations, plus also provide the monsters with abilities that would not be possible if there wouldn't be the app. The app reacts to your actions and turns, and you have to figure out why does it do those things. For example, like this. I don't know why it gave me a poison. Previously it didn't. I have to figure out why this card triggered this effect. And the game provides you with a lot of baddies and unlocks. So each time you win the game, you open up a little box and add new cards to your own deck. So you get better, better and better. See, a lot of spoilers. So I'm not gonna show you anything, but trust me, there's a lot of stuff. This is quite a freshie. My son loves playing it, so I love playing it, and I will definitely try to discover more and more things in this game. It's really interesting.
My game is going to be Heat, which is for 1 to 6 players, takes around an hour to play and is medium, but it depends on the way you play it.
And if you want a board game about cars and racing, this is it. This is the best one there, yes.
Shiny components.
Yeah.
Just like a real race game, you're trying to be the first and win the race.
And by the way, these are not the original components, these are from our sponsor of the video, DeluxyGames. Usually the game would look like this, but these components put the game in the next gear.
Rum rum. This is your car with your dashboard and gearbox. You will put a car in the gear, play as many cards to move your car.
And in the Deluxy components, you have a magnetic gearbox, which feels awesome.
Those snap into place with magnets?
Yep.
Cool. Once everyone has picked their cards, you're gonna reveal them and move your car as many spaces. But be careful, because corners have their requirements, and if you cross them faster than allowed,
you spin out.
Also, you can play with track having special requirements in some parts of it. There are different tracks you can play and other ways you can modify this game with higher playability, so you can be the best you can at Heat.
DeluxyGames has a large component catalog with really cool things there for many different board games. Check it out and get 10% off by using code BGH10.
Heat is one of those games I didn't love initially, but the modifiability of it, you can play it light, you can play it heavy, you can play tournaments, there's so much stuff in here, even without expansions, that has become one of my favorite and most played games of all time. But the next category is gonna be
fillers and party games, and for me it's gonna be Take Time, which is definitely not this. So this is for 2 to 4 players, it's a very light game and it's as quick as 10 minutes. Take Time is a cooperative game where you try to solve clocks. On your turn, just take one of your cards and place it somewhere around the clock. That's it. And once everyone has played their cards, you turn them around and see if everyone has played them correctly. If not, well, start again, mister. Each of the clocks will have their own rules. For example, you cannot play certain cards here. And there are many clocks that you need to solve, aka different puzzles that you need to conquer. It's light and simple, yet very challenging, and I love it. Not only have I played it a lot, it also will try to conquer my best board games of all time list somewhere. I think we'll figure it out in a while.
Vikings were not only warriors, but also traders and explorers of different lands. By leading your Vikings, you're trying to score victory points, and once somebody crosses 40, the game ends, and who has the most becomes the greatest Viking tribe ever. This game has a very unique card mechanism. First time you play a Viking, you will get his reward. Next time you play it, you will get the new reward and the previous one, and you want to keep going and keep going. However, to explore distant lands and get a lot of victory points, you'll have to get rid of a few of your Vikings. Well, you send them out to live there, but so do their rewards go away. Choices, choices. All you do in your turn is either play a Viking and receive the rewards, or explore a land. If you're looking for a quick 2-player, you can play with more, but I mostly played with 2, filler game, this is amazing. Just as the next category, which are the solo games. Yanis, are you ready with yours?
Yep.
That's the excitement I was looking for.
What do I do with my alone time? You don't want to know, trust me. But sometimes I also play board games solo, and one of the best ones I've found lately is Regicide Legacy. I've played it plenty, and it's quite a quick 30-minute game from 1 to 4 players. I somehow want to say 2 to 4, but it's actually solo, so it's obviously 1 to 4. Well, it doesn't matter. What matters is what this game is all about. And it's generally about defeating bad guys and unlocking stuff. So, on your turn, you just play out cards. And for example, this card says 10, which means you're gonna do 10 damage to the bad guy.
Is that a lot?
It's fine. But also you trigger some superpowers, which will deal mostly more damage or other things. But then the problem comes that the bad guys hit you. And to defend, you have to discard cards, for example, like this. Now it's good, he didn't attack you. But now you just have few cards back in your hand to destroy the bad guy. And your task as a team is to destroy all of these baddies. Then you finish the scenario.
You don't have as many cards, how can you defeat them all?
Well, that's pretty tricky. The only way to get new cards in your hand is to play abilities that lets you do that. And once you run out of cards, the only way to get back cards in the deck is to play out a card with that ability. And these powers are very scarce. That's the basic game. Yet, once you finish one pile of bad guys, you open the big bad box. Well, it's good actually. The big good box, and open up these little tiny boxes that will give you new things. For example, new rules. There are some empty spaces where you place stickers, and it introduces completely new mechanisms and things. You will get new cards, maybe some bad guys that you defeat you get in your deck, and stuff like that. It's ever-changing, aka a legacy game. I have one common thing that connects all of these games I'm placing in the shelves. Not only have I played them a lot, I want to play them a lot more, and this is no exception. I love Regicide Legacy.
Space, the final frontier, is Star Trek. And this game is one of the best solo games I've ever played. It might be my top one.
I think I've never heard anything nerdier than that.
Yeah, you really haven't?
Yeah.
Pick a captain, sit in your chair, and try to defeat the other captain by settling planets, meeting new people, and developing your deck.
Professor X! So this is Marvel?
Well, actually, that's Jean-Luc Picard. No, it is not Marvel.
And that's the girl from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Just leave. Leave.
Leave.
Even in space, everything is decided by victory points. You will score victory points from the cards that you get in your deck. You will score points for completing different missions. You will score points for upgrading. You're scoring multipliers. Scoring, a lot of scoring.
So it's space? It's like Star Wars?
This is your deck. You will draw cards from your deck, and as one of the actions, you can play your cards.
And they even have Wolverine, so it is X-Men.
I'm not gonna even respond to that. The game's complexity comes from different choices the card gives you. You could play it for an action to do this, or play it without action just to gain resources. So what to do with this card? This game has a huge replay value. When you pick your captain, you will get your own unique deck of cards, and there are 6 captains to pick from, and then there are decks for people and decks for planets, and those are always shuffled. It's very different each time you play. You can play 1 versus 1, you can play solo, which is the only way I've played it ever. It's amazing. Can't wait to go back and explore the space some more. But let's move on to the next category and explore our most played Euro games.
My most played Euro game so far this year is gonna be Endeavor Deep Sea. Not gonna be, it is. From 1 to 4 players, from 1 to 2 hours, and it's medium weight. Dive deeper, explore the oceans, save some turtles, and most importantly, get those sweet victory points. You will be playing as a team of researchers who will be diving deeper and deeper into the ocean. First of all, get your new teammate, place it next to your board, and then use these little tiny discs to send them to work. This might include exploring new depths, researching what's underneath there, as well as, well, that saving turtles part. All of which will improve your researching team, which means you will be able to do more of that stuff and get more of those points. And once again, this is one of my most played board games of the year, yes, but also I feel like this trend will continue and I will play this game even more. Just like Giannis will definitely play this game more that he has already played for years.
Puerto Rico is for 1 to 5 players. It's medium weight Euro game, economic game, and it takes 1 to 2 hours to play, so it's fairly quick. This is a game that I first played 20 years ago, and recently they came back with a special edition, and it is special indeed. And it brought back into my life, and I've played a lot of it. Welcome to Puerto Rico, where you will develop land, grow goods, earn money, and turn all that into victory points. To become a successful Puerto Rican farmer, you will have to pick one of these roles that will help you achieve these goals. All you do in your turn is pick one of these roles. You will do what it says. For example, I can build one building, and then everybody else gets to do that as well, but you got a little bonus. Once everyone has picked their roles for the turn, we're gonna put those roles back and start over. Very simple. The best way to score victory points in this game is to grow different kind of produce, then actually produce it, then put it in a ship and send it back to the old world to score those victory points. But it all comes down to your planning. The buildings you're gonna build, the plants you're gonna grow, everything comes down to your decisions. And it flows fairly quick. And the new special edition is so good looking and also functional. It's easy to set up and play. Maybe not as easy to place on your Deluxe shelf. But another thing that's not very easy is to play long campaign story games, but we did accomplish some of those.
By far the hottest board game on this list is gonna be Lands of Evershade. Everyone's talking about it, and luckily we have played plenty. This light campaign board game that's meant for 1 to 5 players, and it's all about the story, mister, right?
Yes, the story is great.
So this game has 2 parts. The story part, where you travel along this map and then find some interesting parts in it. And then there's the other part where you fight the big bad Bashi, something like that. And in this game you will be playing these unlikely heroes, or maybe the bad guys. It's your choice, you can play it however you want to. Because you will go through these paragraphs of text and then make your choices. Good, bad, anything's an option, and anything will lead you forward to the end of your story. And combat is mostly based on these cards. For example, you can use a bash, then roll some dice right here, and because of your results, you will either hit the bad guy or not. And the best part of all of this, whatever you do in this game, the game will remember that you did that you said that you stole something, and so on, which makes the consequences of your actions really matter. This board game is gonna flirt with the best board game of the year award for sure, and that's why we want to play it so much and still want to. It's a brilliant board game, and we have a full review of this game, so check out our channel for that one. Just like we have talked quite plenty about your game, huh?
We have. I had it on my essentials list. We had it in our games of the month. It also is a campaign game with a lot of choices, but even more stickers. It's for 1 to 6 players, takes 30 minutes per session, and it's very light. Your dad gave you a plot of land, and you get to develop it with all these stickers. Well, not all of them, you'll have to choose some, but you get the idea. You're gonna start the campaign by reading a little bit of story, then get some resources, and then start putting down stickers. And your goal in Sticker Wheel is, well, to get through the story. You cannot lose this game. You just go year by year, make choices, and see where the story leads you. Well, it leads you to the end. But what end is that? You'll have to find out for yourself. All you do in your turn is you're gonna draw a card for the current year you're playing, and then make a choice. Simple. And those choices will give you more resources, They will give you some story bits, and of course the best part, they're gonna let you glue all these stickers. Well, again, not all. You have to pick some, and you're not gonna play them all, but you get the idea. This done.
And the most played board game for me this year, and for you,
Maybe.
is gonna be Crokinole.
What I was gonna say is I suggest this to anybody who wants to try a legacy/campaign game.
This is a competitive game where each player will have their discs and try to hit the center like this. If there is an opponent disc on the board, you have to hit it first for your disc to remain on the board. And once you have hit all the discs, you score who has the most points. It is freaking expensive to get one of these boards, but it's well worth it because we have played this more than all of these board games together. It's an amazing board game, and Mr. Tives is amazing at this game. So freaking good at this game that
We thought that we will talk only truth in this video.
yeah. He sucks.
Yeah, I mean, Crokinole is also my most played game of the year, but very close second is The Gang, which is for 3 to 6 players, takes 15 minutes to play, and is a light co-op game.
It's all about playing poker, or rather playing poker hands in the correct order.
Welcome to Texas Hold'em, where you will cooperatively try to rank your hands correctly, from lowest to highest. Each round you will look at your hand and then tell everybody how strong it is. This means it's weak. Was it weak? At the end of the round you will flip your hands and then check if you ranked them correctly. If you did, you win the round. If you didn't, you lose the round. This is my go-to game that I throw in the bag to play wherever I go. Everybody loves it, even if you don't like poker, which I don't. Thank you for watching. What are your most played games? And consider supporting our channel, because we cannot do this without your support, guys and girls. And thank you to everyone who already does that. Also, there is a companion video to this on our other channel. There is a link in the description. Check that out.